Hey guys, and welcome to the video. We're going to be discussing a brand new recently released Godzilla -1 image, so let's dive into this kaiju size news. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and stay up to date with all the movie news going on around here, guys. So guys, this article comes from comicbookmovie.com. Godzilla -1 magazine cover promises a formidable, fearsome new take on TOHO's King of the Monsters. Yeah guys, it looks like they've taken Godzilla, dialed him up to 11. He looks ferocious, he looks mean, he looks really, really scary. This is the Godzilla we've all wanted, and he just looks absolutely crazy. So let's go on, guys, and see what the article has to say. Godzilla will be part of Apple TV's Monarch Legacy of Monsters TV series, but that take on the iconic kaiju looks downright tame compared to what Toho has dreamed up for Godzilla -1. Absolutely, guys. It makes it look, you know, the Monarch Legacy of Monsters Godzilla almost looks like, you know, a little puppy version of Godzilla compared to what they're doing with this -1 version. Yeah, he just looks mean as hell. So, Legendary may have declared its version of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, but something tells us that Toho's latest take on the iconic kaiju in Godzilla -1 would completely obliterate the beast. Yeah, he looks like someone who's woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He looks super pissed. He looks like, you know, he means business. He's not going to take any shit from anybody. And yeah, man, as I say, just looks like he's dialed up to 11. Just crazy, crazy Godzilla. Put front and center on the new magazine cover, which we first shared on SFFgazette.com. Godzilla looks downright ferocious here, and this is easily up there as the most formidable and impressive takes we've seen on the fire-breathing behemoth. Can he be stopped? We wish whoever tries their luck, because they're quite clearly going to need it. Yeah, guys, based on all the footage that we've seen, you know, the leaked footage, the trailers that we've seen, all the images that we've seen. By the way, guys, all of my coverage of all of the images, trailers, everything to do with Godzilla will be linked down in the description. So if you want to go and see more news on this Godzilla film, and Godzilla, you know, Monarch of Legacy that's dropping on Apple TV, look down in the description, guys. All of my Godzilla content will be linked, all the videos in the description, so make sure you check that out. But anyway, guys, so check out a closer look at Godzilla -1, lead in tweet X below. So guys, we've got this post here from Kaiju news outlet. Godzilla -1 is featured on the cover of a new issue of Era magazine. So guys, what we're going to do, I've got an even bigger blown up picture, so we're going to transfer over to that picture, and then we're going to look at it in a little bit more detail. So guys, landing over here on the actual image of the magazine cover, this looks absolutely incredible, guys. I mean, just look at him here. Oh, blow it up a bit too big. But yeah, guys, look at this. It looks absolutely amazing. Like, he just looks crazy as. I love, you know, the skin texture. It's really kind of like, it almost gives me like volcanic vibes, you know, like these kind of jagged rocks almost of his skin, like the scales, like jagged rocks. They've given him these massive sharp claws. The spines on his back look incredible. The design, you know, on the top of his head, all these like rigid spikes, almost kind of like an alligator, almost like vibe of the kind of the spines on his head. Massive sharp teeth. And yeah, man, this guy just looks badass. As I say, he looks mean as hell. Although it was quite weird because all the marketing material featured prominently his feet, like his big dinosaur feet, but it doesn't seem to be in this picture here. They probably couldn't fit it on the magazine cover. But yeah, guys, this looks super cool. I like the kind of the color background as well. Sometimes in these kaiju movies, the colors in the marketing actually represents, you know, something. They do that a lot in the Monsterverse marketing. I'm not sure if it represents anything to do with the movie in this image here. But yeah, guys, so this is a really awesome image. We can zoom in here even closer to get a closer look at this. All these kind of individual ridges on his head and his eyes just look crazy. These massive, crazy teeth that he's got. But yeah, like I say, look, if you look at the scales, it just reminds me of this kind of like volcanic rock, like sharp ridges, the sharp rocks that you see on volcanoes. And the claws, man, the claws just look, could you imagine like him swiping something with his claws? Man, it'd just be like, he could just like chop buildings in half and just, yeah, just crazy stuff. But that's pretty much it. I mean, we can't really see much of his spines. We can see a little bit here behind the text. Obviously, like it says, it doesn't show his feet. But yeah, guys, imagine this guy looking down at you. You'd be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, guys, let's head back over to the article and finish off and see what else it has to say. So, guys, landing back over here on the article. This is Toho's first Godzilla movie since 2016's Shin Godzilla. Guys, if you have not seen Shin Godzilla, do yourself a favor and watch Shin Godzilla. It was such a fun movie. The way they had Godzilla sort of like evolving throughout the movie and changing into different forms, I found that really fun and interesting, guys. And his atomic breath scene is absolutely incredible, guys. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it yet. And one of the movie's VFX artists, Takashi Yamazaki, has been tasked with taking the helm of what promises to be the epic new addition to the long-running franchise. Yeah, so the VFX artist who worked on Shin Godzilla in 2016 is now the director for this new iteration of Godzilla -1, which is kind of cool. You know, someone who's already worked on a Godzilla film, who's got experience with the kaiju. So that's kind of cool. So calling Godzilla -1 the culmination of all the films I have made to date, and the one that deserves to be experienced rather than watched. I really, really love this quote here from the director. It needs to be experienced. Movies are experiential events. We go there to experience, you know, emotions when we watch films, whether it's, you know, like sadness, happiness, you know, love, you know, whatever it might be, scariness from horror films. And, you know, I really love that he says experienced rather than watch. That really kind of resonates with me. In the theatre, Yamazaki also wrote that the movie is said to be inspired by formative experience with Star Wars and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's inspired by Star Wars. Wow, I'm not sure how a Star Wars movie can inspire Godzilla. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that fits in, but yeah, I mean, cool. I'm not sure how that would fit in. Talking about what fans can expect from Godzilla -1, he also recently said, "I have always had the imagery that Godzilla is a nuclear threat, or the shadow of a war in the form of a monster, so if I was allowed to," his own Godzilla film, "I wanted to do that in the era of post-World War II. Yeah, so there's a lot of, you know, underlying kind of underlying kind of message here about what Godzilla represents. It's a post-World War II Japan. He represents, you know, the kind of post-World War II era kind of sadness, the nuclear age, and, you know, the monster itself kind of represents that kind of despair in World War II Japan. So that's kind of really cool message to have in there. So post-war Japan has lost everything. The film depicts an The film depicts an existence that gives unprecedented despair. The title Godzilla -1 was created with this in mind. In order to depict this, the staff and I have worked together to create a setting where Godzilla looks as if fear itself is walking around us, and where despair is piled on top of despair. Where fear, as if fear itself is walking towards, that is such a cool description. Godzilla looks as if fear itself is walking towards us. That's, I mean, what other way can you describe an encounter with Godzilla except for saying that it's fear walking towards me? I mean, that's such a cool way to describe it. So with the movie's release in Japan right around the corner, the marketing campaign has taken a suitably inventive turn. The marketing campaign has taken a suitably inventive turn. Okay, so we've got a post here from Twitter. Obviously, it's a Japanese account. It doesn't really matter so much about this text. But guys, we have a really fun little video here, so let's have a look at this. That's so awesome, guys. Like, I really, let's see if we can go back to, is my computer going to let me? But yeah, anyway, guys, I would really love to have that, that statue there. I would love to have that on the front of my house. I'd give no shits. I don't care. I want it in my front garden. It's so cool. A life-size head of Godzilla in your garden. That would be wicked. Your neighbors would think you're crazy, but I don't care. So the worst despair in the series, history strikes Japan, reads the official synopsis. After the war, Japan has been reduced to zero. Godzilla appears and plunges the country into a negative state. The most desperate situation in the history of Japan. Who and how will Japan stand up to it? Godzilla -1 is the 37th film in the Godzilla franchise. Guys, just wrap your head around that. There's been 37 Godzilla films. It shows how popular this character is. He stood the test of time. He's been around since the 50s, and they're still making films. People still want to see it. People are still interested in the character. Can you imagine that after 37 films that people still want to see this character on screen? It goes to show just, you know, how much this character resonates with people. So TOHO's 33rd Godzilla film and the 5th film in the franchise, Roya area, sorry, I'm not sure how you say that, guys, is set to be released in Japan on November 3rd and will be unleashed in the US theaters on December 1st. The only problem with that, guys, is that obviously there's nearly a whole month between the Japanese and the American release. So that's a whole month for pirators and you know, people to steal the movie, put it online and all this kind of stuff. But guys, you know, if you're really interested in this film, go and watch it in the theaters. Don't, you know, if someone posts a crappy version of it online, don't do a disservice to the film and watch a crappy version. Go and watch it on the biggest, grandest screen you can find, an IMAX screen, you know, something really good. This is the kind of film that you need to see on a big screen, not some like crappy small version, you know, on, you know, a pirate version. So guys, let's go and have a look at some of the comments and see what people are saying. Good Lord, that is a beautiful image and I want it. It had its Japanese premiere last night, and I can't wait to read some reviews. And, these have been some of the best movie posters in a long time. Yeah, they are super cool posters. They are really good. They get people hyped, and I mean, that's what marketing is supposed to do. He looks just like he oozes power and sends fear through the spines of those who oppose him. God, I cannot wait for this movie. Avatar has good reviews. How many people on this site like those movies? So I take it Japanese people see Godzilla as a traditional monster and not as any kind of force for good or a defender of the world. I don't think this will get a UK release. It will be straight to Blu-ray. Yeah, this is the thing, guys. You know, like, I would love to actually take a trip to the US just to go and watch this film and then kind of make a vacation out of it at the same time, to be honest. That's how excited I am for this film. Literally, like, I could do a Christmas trip and I could go and watch this film at the same time. And I could film it all for you guys and then post it online. I would love to do something like that. Yeah, not out in the cinema. One of my most anticipated. Absolutely. I cannot wait to see this film. Literally, all I have to look forward is Godzilla-related content for 6 months, and I simply can't wait for all of it. Guys, I don't think I've been this hyped for a movie since, like, Infinity War or Endgame. It really looks super good. It looks like they've done an amazingly good job with this. Let's go back and have a look at this image quickly before we finish. Yeah, it just looks absolutely terrifying. Look at this guy. It just... I mean, I don't know what it is. There's no one single particular thing that I can put my finger on that says, you know, that makes him look scary. It's just a combination of everything. The spines, the teeth, the sharp claws, the ridges on his head, just a bit of everything. He just looks nightmarish Godzilla. That's what they should call him. But yeah, guys, so that's where we kind of are with the new image. Let me go back to it. So yeah, that's where we are with the new image, guys. Like I said, I've got all of my Godzilla content posted in the description below. If you're interested in, you know, looking more into the videos that I've made on the Godzilla content, make sure you check it out, guys. And let me know what you think about this image in the description down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your opinions. Are you looking forward to seeing this movie? You know, what do you think of the marketing material so far? Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.